Hello, everyone. I'm Michael of Rolling a Double 20. We are continuing to explore the story of Dragon Age Origins. And one of the ways this story could have played out is we could have started out as a human noble. Now, I'm going to have to play this twice because of something at the end of the game, but we'll get to that eventually. Now, without further ado, let's begin.
Generations, your family, the Kuzlans, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance. When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Kuzlan's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial Darkspawn rising in the south.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
No. The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True. Though we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be the same. I'm sorry, Pup, I didn't see you there. Hal, you remember my son?
I see he's grown into a fine young man. Pleased to see you again, lad.
And you, Arahau?
My daughter Delilah asked after you. Perhaps I should bring her next time.
Oh, I like that.
Good. She's talked about you ever since she saw you at a fair in Denerim. I think you have an admirer, young man.
At any rate, Pup, I summoned you for a reason. While your brother and I are both away, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
What? Why can't I go with you?
I'm certain you'd more than prove yourself, but I am not willing to deal with your mother if you join the war. She'd kill me if I let you go. She's already twisted into knots about Fergus and me going.
Jesus, we can fucking threaten our dad. That's not fair. I want to fight.
You'll have your chance soon enough. This is no needless task. I ask you to take a great responsibility. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away, yes? There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Kuzland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
We rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
They defeated the Darkspawn long ago.
Not permanently, I fear.
Without their warning of the Darkspawn rising now, half the nation could have been overrun before we'd had a chance to react. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your son is also an excellent candidate.
Honor though that might be, this is one of my sons we're talking about.
Is there a reason I can't join?
You did just finish saying that Grey Wardens are heroes, old friend.
I've not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear. While we need as many good recruits as we can find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
Sure.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
But I want to talk to Duncan.
You'll have plenty of time after we're gone. We must discuss the battle plans in the south. Be a good lad and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
And the gameplay begins. Let's see who we can talk to. After destroying my reward items, I clicked on Hal. What does he have to say?
Yes?
How long have you and father been friends?
We fought together under King Maric when he drove the Orlesians out of Ferelden. Heady times. The years since have not held the same promise. It's not something a youth would understand. It will be good to ride beside your father again.
You knew King Merrick?
Your father hasn't spoken of our time with him? That man took care of his friends. As they say, he was large as life and twice as tall. It's too bad Kalen isn't half that.
You don't think much of Kalen.
I think of him as much as he thinks at all.
That's enough, Hal. You speak of our king.
Oh, the boy did ask, your lordship, as per the latitude you allow. I merely offered my opinion. Poor weather, I believe. Their progress has been slow, but it's nothing you need worry about.
You said it was your fault?
In a manner of speaking. If I had reinforced our border levies earlier, my troops could have left before the rains. I confess, my confidence in your father allowed me some complacency. I guess that makes it as much his fault.
You mentioned your daughter's interested?
The topic has come up from time to time. The young and their infatuations.
Sounds a little more serious than that.
Perhaps. Delilah is no longer of the age where I can direct her tastes. To be honest, I have no expectations. And your father seems determined to let you find your own way. If something did happen, well, we'd address it as befits a family of our stature.
I think I'd like that.
I'm sure. There will be much to discuss once I return.
I wish you well.
I thank you. That is quite unnecessary.
Okay, let's ask this Grey Warden some questions next.
I'm sorry, but I believe your father wishes to talk to the Arl and myself alone.
May we speak later?
Your father has left you in charge of the castle? Then I will see you at dinner tomorrow, if not sooner.
I would prefer sooner.
Then let us meet in the morning. I will seek you out before Sir Gelmore's testing. Would that be sufficient?
That would be fine.
Until the morning, then. I look forward to it.
Okay, looks like we can't ask Duncan any questions right now, but maybe later. Emphasis on the maybe. Maybe our dad can talk before he leaves.
Shouldn't you be off to your brother, as I asked?
Are you sure you'll be alright?
Your brother and I go into battle, not an afternoon tea. Who knows what will happen to us? I will tell you, however, you're my cherished son. I love you, and I trust you completely to carry on the Kuzlin name if the worst should happen. But don't worry about me, dear boy. You'll have enough to occupy your mind while I'm gone.
Where do you think Fergus is?
Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, saying goodbye to Oriana and your nephew.
Is sending our forces south such a good idea?
When the king demands it. In fact, not sending our forces south would be a distinctly bad idea. Don't worry, pup. You shouldn't see many problems, but I want you to prepare the men left here, in case.
In case of what?
Legends of the Blights tell of horrible things. These Darkspawn once threatened many lands. If we can't hold them, you must prepare for the worst.
And what can I do with a handful of cards?
I trust you to do what is best. And don't be afraid to ask your mother's advice. She's Ferelden-born, strong, just as you are. But let's not speak of ominous things. We shall assume that all will go well, and the Maker will watch over us. I'll talk to you soon. Just let me finish my meeting with Duncan.
Well, after that very cheerful exchange, we should look at our map, and I immediately see we can do a big loop. Only question is, do we loop right or left? Thankfully, there are a few marked rooms where we can get our bearings. Let's head to the library first and work our way east, exploring the other rooms as we pass them. Though I did forget to explore the study room, but I did go there later, as you'll see.
There you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt.
Hello to you too, Sir Gilmore.
Pardon my manners, my lord. It's simply that I've been looking all over the castle for you. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again, and is threatening to leave.
Is the dog in the larder again?
No matter how the maids try to keep him out, he always finds a way in. You know these Mabari hounds. They listen only to their master. Anyone else risks having an arm bitten off.
He knows better.
I'm not willing to test that. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we?
To the kitchen, then.
Just follow the yelling. When Nan's unhappy, she makes sure everyone knows it.
Now, we could go now, but let's stick to our original plan.
Good evening,
Inside,
Mother.
we find a man named Argus, talking to a bunch of kids. Speaking with them,
Hello, my dear boy. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some respect.
still the same taskmaster, I see.
If the mind is not exercised, it withers just as the body does. Perhaps you'd care to join me in teaching the lesson?
I'm quite familiar with the subject.
Perhaps you could make the topic more palatable for these lads and their minuscule intellects.
Very well.
Wonderful. Oh, the Cousland history is long indeed. Where shall we start?
When was our line founded?
Records are vague, but the Couslands became Tierns during the Black Age. Is that familiar, child?
If we have high cunning, we can infer to the lycanthrope clay. That was really hard to say.
Good. I'm pleased some of my lessons seem to have stuck. At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Cousland organized a curfew and patrols within the city. Several other local bands supported his efforts by swearing oaths of fealty, making him their Tiern.
We predate the kingdom then?
Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young man.
Your lecturing does cause yawning.
A pity you don't spend the same care whetting the edge of your mind as your tongue. At any rate, your family has held the tournure of High Ever since before King Calenhad united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elethea Cousland battled Calenhad to maintain High Ever's independence.
And Callan had it let us keep the tourney?
Calenhad wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elethea's men were defeated, Calenhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event.
We opposed the king?
The Couslands are ardent royalists now, but at that time, Calenhad was unknown and considered dangerous by many. When Calenhad's army reached High Ever, Tierna Elethea led the local bands against him. Obviously, Calenhad won.
How about our relationship with How?
The history between the Couslands and the Hows reaches back to the Orlesian occupation.
When did Orlais occupy Ferelden?
During your grandfather's rule. Of course, Orlais found it difficult to hold these lands. During the rebellion against Orlais, several battles were fought near High Ever. The port village of Harper's Ford was the tourneur's center. Its Arl was Tarleton Howe. Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale. Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Your family was forced to seize Harper's Ford before it was all over.
We fought the Hows?
Your grandfather couldn't afford to lose Harper's Ford. In keeping the town, your family drove Orlais from its lands. The Howes eventually joined the rebellion, when all of Ferelden united behind King Merrick and General Loghain. Just as now we united behind Merrick's son, King Cailan, to fight the Darkspawn.
Alright, enough history lessons.
Thank you for indulging an old man.
Does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Silence! I will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction. I'm just going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself for all the good I'm doing. Myself all this. Why do you do this?
We can find a lore book just behind this old man. History of Ferelden, Part 1. And the nook in the left of the fireplace is another lore book. Part 2 of History of Ferelden. Again, I forgot about the study room until much later, so we will be back.
Good evening.
Anywho, heading east, we go up a bit until we see a ramp going down. Down the ramp, there's 2 rooms, heading inside the first.
Oh, my lord, we were just,
Taking a break?
well,
The treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Terran stationed us here.
Did my father fear theft?
I don't know. Nobody has come to look at the treasury.
I'll forget about it this time.
Yes, my lord. Thank you. We won't forget this.
And those two guards returned to duty. But no one here has the key, so we can't get into the treasury. For now. Up at the ramp, we can continue east until we find a room. Directly opposite the door we left. We see we need a rogue to open this door. Inside is a weapon stand.
It shall be done.
And a rogue-only chest to the immediate left of us. There's another rogue-only chest by the beds here. Heading out, we can continue east and we see a
Good evening, my
hallway leading to the chapel. Inside the chapel, we find a priestess and some guards praying. On the altar is a law book. Andraste, bride of the Maker. Talking with the priestess.
Maker, prepare a place for us. Redeem our world from sin. Forgive our transgressions.
Maker, forgive us all.
Have you come to pray for your brother and father? I'd be happy to ask for the Maker's blessings with you.
I would appreciate that, Mother Malol.
Please, child, call me Malol. I've known you since you were a wee babe after all. Creator of the sky, the land, and the sea. Hear your people in our time of need.
Maker watch over us all.
Let no man have cause to fear the shadows. Let their souls be lifted upon your return. So let it be.
Maker forgive us all.
There now. I'll be keeping a vigil tonight. You're welcome to come. There are many more who must receive the Maker's blessings before they leave. If you would excuse me.
Thank you.
It is the least I could do. If the worst comes to pass, child, take comfort in knowing that the Maker's will takes many forms. We shall talk once the soldiers have departed.
On the bookshelf is another lore book. The Chant of Light, the Blight. We now run north, towards the entrance to the estate. We can't leave, but there are two rooms we can peer into. Going into the southern one first. A lock is no match for a rogue. Inside is nothing. Oh, there's a chest behind the door. Now to the northern room. Why is everything fucking locked? Anyway, inside this room is another locked chest just to our left. We can now leave the estate entrance, and after going north down a ramp, we can bank left to soon
evening,
complete the
my
loop. There's a room to the south. Quickly peeking inside, there's a rogue chest at the far end of this room. After returning, we can go up a ramp and turn right into another room, which appears to be a servant's quarters. On the mini-map, it looks like this connects to another room, but it is not as far as I can tell.
We will serve you.
We turn south to go up another ramp. This estate is a fucking skate park, I swear. We find the final door to the main hall. Up another ramp. We can either go forward or go down this right path. Going down this path first, we hear a woman screaming. Before we check out the noise, let's see what's in this room. After opening another rogue-only door, we find a pile of sacks to our left.
As you say.
And two more sacks in the northeastern corner.
It shall be done.
Okay, now we can investigate the noise and opening up the door.
Very well.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves, I swear it.
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
You and you. Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
But he's not a mongrel. He's a pure Mabari.
A blight wolf is what he is. How am I supposed to work like this?
Oh dear. Mistress, calm down, please.
That's it. I'll quit. Inform the turner. I'll go and cook at some nice estate in the Banorn.
Nan, please. We'll get the dog. Calm down.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way. Why are you talking to me, young man? That wretched creature is likely eating my beautiful roast as we speak.
How did he get in there this time?
How in the blazes am I supposed to know? He up and walked through the wall, I expect. That hound isn't natural. I see it in his eyes. He does this on purpose, just to torment me.
Okay, let's see if we can get our dog.
As you say.
Oh, look at that mess. How did he even get in here?
Are you trying to tell me something, boy?
He does seem like he's trying to tell you something. Wait, did you hear that?
After that, we get a new companion, this time permanently. And we can name him anything we want. And I went with Chomps. He has found rats, and we are forced to fight them. This isn't that difficult.
As you say. There is no glory in bloodshed! Back!
I'm glad that's so... Giant rats? It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my grandfather used to tell. Your hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
Those were some big rats.
I've seen larger. They come up from the Kokari Wilds sometimes. But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Jarl's men.
And Sir Gilmore left our party, and I forgot to ask him questions on my initial playthrough. Fuck! Thankfully, I have to play as a female noble anyways for a much further down story fork. So forgive the gender change, but here goes.
We really should go after your hound, my lady, before he does something worse.
Do you know much about the Grey Wardens?
Only what everyone hears. I never expected to actually see one. So few of them are here in Ferelden.
Ever seen a Darkspawn?
Never. You hear about Darkspawn attacking homesteads and travelers, but I thought they were just stories.
Are the Grey Wardens skilled as they say?
I hear they only recruit the most skilled. It'd be disappointing if that wasn't true.
What happens if they recruit you?
I only know that once you become a Grey Warden, your old life is over. There's no going back. As you wish. But what if the Grey Warden tries to recruit you? Have you thought about it?
Why would he recruit me?
Begging your pardon, my lady, but you are no ordinary woman. You're strong, skilled, and easily the equal of any man on the field or off. The Grey Wardens would be fools to overlook you.
He assured my father that wouldn't happen.
He could change his mind. Grey Wardens are notorious for doing whatever is necessary to fight the Darkspawn. Scribe Aldous once told me that the Grey Wardens used to burn entire villages to keep them out of Darkspawn hands.
So they'll kill people to protect them?
If they have to. A few villages are a small price to pay to save the world.
Yeah, I kind of wish he'd recruited me.
Too bad. It's unlikely that the Wardens would risk your father's wrath.
Why aren't you marching with our men?
I would were it my choice. Your father decided I should remain with the complement guarding the castle. I hope that's because this Grey Warden wishes to see me.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, you know I've served your father for years, since my own father sent me to squire here. My father is a minor lord in the Bannorn, but our land is little more than a glorified farmstead. I do miss it, though. The valleys of the Bannorn are beautiful this time of year. I take great pride in serving the town. Still, if I had the opportunity to join the Grey Wardens, I wouldn't hesitate.
You would leave my father?
With his blessing, I imagine. Joining the Wardens is the highest service one can render.
You know, I don't really need you around.
Oh, it's no bother. I should make sure that Nan is settled anyhow, or your mother will have my hide.
Alright, let's go.
Of course, my lady. Lead on.
Okay, with that embarrassing oversight out of the way, let's get back to our main character and his legendary rat-killing prowess. So back in the kitchen, we can find a crate and a sack to loot, but not much.
Shall be done.
We can talk with Nan.
There he is, as brazen as you please, licking his chops after helping himself to the roast, no doubt.
Actually, he was hunting big rats.
What? Rats? Not the large grey ones?
They'll rip you to shreds, they will!
See, now you've gone and scared the servants. I expect those filthy things are dead.
Yes, they're dead. It's quite a mess.
Oh, I bet that dog led those rats into there to begin with. Oh, don't even start with the sad eyes. I'm immune to your so-called charms. Here then. Take these pork bits and don't say that Nan never gives you anything. Bloody dog. Thank you, my lord. Now we can get to work. That's right, you two. Quit standing about.
Now let's head back into the hallway and continue our loop. And there's one more room to explore, not counting the study. As I said, we'll get to that soon. We find a large dining hall, and it's completely empty. And the loop is done. We can head up a ramp to talk to more people.
And my dear Bryce bought this back from Orlais last year. The Marquis who gave it to him was drunk, I understand, and mistook Bryce for the king. Ah, here is my younger son. I take it by the presence of that troublesome hound of yours that the situation in the kitchen is handled?
Yes, Nan is back to work.
You've always had a way with her. Darling, you remember Lady Landra, Ban Lawrence's wife?
I think we last met at your mother's spring salon.
Of course. Nice seeing you again, my lady.
You're too kind, dear boy. Didn't I spend half the salon shamelessly flirting with you?
Right in front of your family, too.
You remember my son, Dairon. He's riding with your father tomorrow.
It's good to see you again, my lord.
And you, Darian.
And this is my lady-in-waiting, Iona. Do say something, dear.
It is a great honor, my lord. I have heard many wonderful things about you.
Don't look now, Eleanor. But I believe the girl has a crush on your lad.
Lady Landra!
Hush, Landra. You'll turn the poor thing scarlet.
Perhaps we should speak alone.
As it pleases you, my lord.
I think perhaps I shall rest now, my dear. Dairon, I will see you and Iona at supper.
Perhaps we'll retire to the study for now.
Good evening, your lordship.
So after that exchange, let's talk with our mom.
You should say goodbye to Fergus while you have the chance. For a few days. Then I'll travel with Lady Landra to her estate and keep her company for a time. Your father thinks my presence here might undermine your authority.
I don't think you should go.
Don't worry, my dear. It won't be long.
I have a bad feeling about this.
As do I. Your father and brother are marching off to fight Maker knows what. All the assurances in the world don't comfort me. But it wouldn't help for us to take up arms and follow. Fergus and your father have their duty and we have ours.
Why can't I go?
I know it's difficult to stay in the castle and watch others ride off. But we must see to our duties first. You understand that, don't you?
I could make a difference.
You are here. Trust me, you'll get your chance for excitement soon enough.
Did you know there's a Grey Warden here?
Yes, your father mentioned that. You haven't got it into your head that you want to be recruited.
Would that be so bad?
There's enough here at the castle to occupy you. I don't need you off chasing danger like your brother.
So where's Fergus?
If he's not out with his men, probably upstairs with Oriana.
I should go.
I love you, my darling boy. You know that, don't you?
I'm not a boy anymore.
Indeed. I turned around, and here you are. A fine man in your own right. But that doesn't mean I have to like it. Go do what you must, then. I will see you soon.
Okay, let's head to the study and talk with Darian and Iona. In the study, we find another lore book on the table next to Iona, Culture of Ferelden. Now, I'm going to talk to both Darian and Iona, after which we'll have an insignificant decision to make. Let's talk with Darian first.
Hello again. Your castle study is wonderful. Might I ask whose collection this is?
My grandfather.
Yes, he was something of a scholar, right? An interest in magical studies?
You have an interest in magic?
Not per se. Books are my passion. Years ago, I wanted to join the Chantry as a scholar, but Father wouldn't hear of it.
I can appreciate a man of intelligence.
Thank you, my lord, though I'm certainly no smarter than yourself. Books are just an interest.
So you're going to be riding tomorrow?
Yes, though I don't know when. I will leave when your father does. I'll ride as his second. A glorified squire, more or less. I'll care for his horse and armor and such. It's quite an honor.
Will you actually fight?
I hope so. I admit to trepidation about facing Darkspawn, but I can't imagine an opponent more worthy of defeat.
You consider your menial task an honor?
Unlike you, I am no child of a great house. If I can rise within the ranks of your father's service, it is more than I could normally hope for. I'm a bit surprised that you're not riding alongside your brother. Is that disappointing?
Yes, it is.
If you're interested, I shall record what I can during the battle. My writing skills may be lacking, but I hope to convey a true sense of the warrior's experience. Writing such an important work is one of my ambitions.
Do you know anything about the Grey Wardens?
No more than anyone else. Is it true there is one here in the castle? Have you met him?
Yeah, we've met.
I'd join the Grey Wardens in a heartbeat. Can you imagine destroying the Darkspawn forever, becoming a hero? But I'd never gain a Grey Warden's notice. I'll have to be happy under your father's command.
See you.
Of course, my lord. I am sure you have much to do yet.
I will briefly explain why I didn't talk about myself. One, it just makes our character look extremely narcissistic. If that's what you're going for, great. Two, more importantly, I don't want to give any details of the wardens we can play as. This is still an RPG, and I don't ever want to give a correct way to play type of vibe. Now on to Iona.
That is a wonderful dog. He seems very noble and intelligent. Greetings once again, my lord.
How do you know Lady Landra?
My family has been in service to hers for many years. Lady Landra elevated my place as a reward for our loyalty. I hope this position might pass to my daughter.
You have a daughter?
Forgive me, I shouldn't have mentioned her.
I bet she has your pretty eyes.
She does. Many people say she looks a great deal like me. I'm the only one who sees her father in her.
You don't hope more for her?
I have risen very high for my people. I would not tempt fate by wishing more.
So Landra's been good to you?
Lady Landra is good to her elven servants. That is not true in many households, but I hear it is in yours. It speaks well of your father to show such compassion.
I haven't seen many elven ladies in waiting.
Lady Landra has been very good to me. I am lucky. If I may, your mother has no ladies in waiting herself. Is that usual for a noble woman of her rank?
She doesn't like being fussed over.
That is not a sentiment I see amongst other noble women.
Tell me about yourself.
I am an open book, my lord. What would you like to know?
Where were you born?
Lady Landra's manor is not half so large as your castle, so my family lives in the alienage.
Do you enjoy living there?
There we do not stand out quite so much. In an alienage, my daughter learns what it means to be elven. As much as possible, so much of our history has been lost.
What do you think of humans?
That is an awkward question. What do you mean?
Do you find them very different to you?
Sometimes, but to be honest, we elves have lost much of our history. Few speak our language anymore, and many do not know what being elven means. We live amongst you, worship as you do, sing the same songs, eat the same foods. I am a Ferelden woman, yet my race will always set me apart.
Is there anyone special back home?
No longer. I have little time for such things.
Sure, you jest. Someone as beautiful as you.
You flatter me, my lord. I am not so pretty that suitors are lining up, if that's what you mean.
Now, we could either pick Darian or Iona as our special guest. I picked Iona for the simple reason that I'm a straight man,
did you have in mind?
and I don't really see the appeal of Darian. But either way, it doesn't really change the events moving forward. Something more intimate later on in my room.
I see. I think I might like that. If I come to your door once everyone is asleep, would that be agreeable, my lord?
Call me Aiden.
Until tonight, then.
The conversation doesn't change much if you choose Darian. Moving past where we met our mother, we go up a ramp and see a door, and a path to the left. Going into the room first, it's a rogue-only room, and there's nothing here. So moving up the path, on the left, we enter the noble and guest rooms. Both doors on the left and right are locked. Into the next room we find 3 more doors. The door on the right has Fergus, our brother. We'll save him for last. The left door is our room, and just like real life, there's nothing to do here. And the locked door must lead to our parents' bedroom, but even as a rogue, we can't open it. Alright, time to talk to Fergus.
Is there really going to be a war, Papa? Will you bring me back a sword?
That sword, Oren, and I'll get you the mightiest one I can find, I promise. I'll be back before you know it.
I wish victory was indeed so certain. My heart is disquiet.
Don't frighten the boy, love. I speak the truth. And here's my little brother to see me off. Now dry your eyes, love, and wish me well.
Should I wait outside?
Stay. I'd like to say farewell.
Do you really think it'll be over quickly?
Word from the south is that the battles have gone well. There's no evidence that this is a true blight, just a large raid.
Could that be true?
I'll see for myself soon enough. Pray for me, love, and I'll be back within a month or two.
Did you know about the Grey Warden?
Really? Was he riding a griffin?
Shh, Orin. Griffins only exist in stories now.
I'd heard that. Did he say why he's come?
He's going to test Sir Gilmore.
Good for him. I hope he makes it. If I were a Grey Warden, though, I'd have my eye on you. Not that Father would ever allow it.
Wish I could go with you.
I wish you could come. It'll be tiring killing all those Darkspawn myself.
Surely your father would not place both his heirs in danger?
Mother and Father have been fighting about it for days. It's too bad. I could have used you at my side.
You'll be missed.
If it's any consolation, I'm sure I'll freeze in the southern rain and be completely jealous of you up here, warm and safe.
I am positively thrilled that you will be so miserable, husband.
Father said you should leave without him.
Then the Arl's men are delayed. You'd think his men were all walking backwards. Well, I'd better get underway. So many Darkspawn to behead, so little time. Off we go then. I'll see you soon, my love.
I would hope, dear boy, that you plan to wait for us before taking your leave.
Be well, my son. I will pray for your safety every day you are gone.
A shield would be better.
The Maker sustain and preserve us all. Watch over our sons, husbands and fathers, and bring them safely back to us.
And bring us some ale and wenches while you're at it. For the men, of course.
Fergus, you would say this in front of your mother?
What's a wench? Is that what you pull on to get the bucket out of the well?
A wench is a woman that pours the ale in a tavern, Orin. Or a woman who drinks a lot of ale.
Bryce, Maker's breath. I swear it's like living with a pack of small boys.
I'll miss you, Mother dear. You'll take care of her, brother, won't you?
You can count on me.
Oh, good. How thrilling to know I'm so well taken care of.
Enough, enough. Pup, you'll want to get an early night. You've much to do tomorrow.
With that cringe, we level up. Sorry, I don't like kids. Hope he doesn't appear much in this story. So let's head out.
Your hound is making so much noise. He seems so angry.
Perhaps there's something wrong.
I thought I heard yelling when I woke up, but now I hear nothing. I'm gonna see if someone's in the hall.
Iona, or Darian, depending on who we flirted with, will die in this cutscene. And we are under attack by Hal's men. So they weren't delayed. Hal planned this, but why? Quickly looting our chest, we can gear up and defend ourselves.
As you say, no quarter shall be given. Don't give them the advantage!
After defeating those two, we spot two more trying to break into our parents' room.
Tell us! Come, let us end this.
Darling, I heard fighting outside and I feared the worst. Are you hurt?
I was about to ask you that.
They never got through the door, thanks to you. Her scream woke me up. There were men in the hall, so I barred the door. Did you see their shields? Those are Hal's men. Why would they attack us?
He betrayed us while most of our men were away.
You don't think Hal's men were delayed? On purpose? That bastard. I'll cut his lying throat myself. Have you seen your father? He never came to bed.
No, I haven't.
We must find him.
Can you fight?
I am no Orlesian wallflower. Give me a sword and I'll use it. Now let's go.
After looting the den, we can equip Mother. But despite what she says about swords, she's actually more of a warrior archer. Heading into our parents' room, we find a locked chest on the left wall and a trunk with father's things.
Shall be done.
Crap. We have to check on Oriana and Ori. Heading there.
No! My little Orin! What manner of fiend slaughters innocents?
Why would they do this?
I was not even taking hostages. He means to kill all of us. Oh, poor Fergus. Let's go. I don't want to see this.
So, about that comment earlier about not wanting kids in this story, I think we should just move on. Moving to the guest room, we find 4 more soldiers.
Very well. Quickly, we must fight! As you say. I shall do it. Be wary.
Going into the left room first.
Oh, dear Landra. I'm so sorry. If she hadn't come to me, if she hadn't been here.
Though she did leave a chest. There's another chest in the other guest room. A rogue chest only, though. Alright, let's get out of these rooms and outside. We hear fighting as we walk down the hallway.
Can you hear the fighting? Hal's men must be everywhere.
What should we do?
The front gates. That's where your father must be.
We can't let him win.
Listen, darling. We haven't much time. If we can't find your father, you must get out of here alive. Without you and Fergus, the entire Kusen line dies here. If Hal's men are inside, they must already control the castle. We must use the servants' entry in the larder to escape. Do you hear me?
I want Hal's head.
Then survive, and visit vengeance upon him.
Inside this north room is a knight's corpse.
As you say.
Heading down this ramp, we are stopped.
The castle has fallen! I'm getting out of here!
If we have high enough persuasion, we can convince this man to fight.
Yes, my lord! Here they come!
And we are attacked.
I will drive you to Valhalla myself.
After that, we find a rogue-only chest in this dining room, and more of Hal's men attack us as we exit.
As you say.
We can loot some rubble, and some paths are completely blocked. Turning into the library.
Baldus. You will be avenged, old sage. I swear it.
There's a pile of books in the left corner. And a chest in the study, where we either flirt with Darian or Iona. As we leave, more soldiers attack us.
It is begun.
After looting some more rubble and dead men, we can enter the armory.
We're getting close to the treasury. The Kuzlan family blade lies inside. Here, darling, take my key. That blade cannot fall into Hal's hands. It should sever his treacherous head.
Very well.
How did those two die? But entering the armories itself, we find an armor stand and a weapon rack, and a chest on the far wall. Of course, as we leave, more soldiers appear out of fucking nowhere.
It is begun. It shall be done.
You'll never be my better. I will not fail. No!
on this little, but we cannot waste more time.
Before we head into the main hall, we can turn right into this small room. Inside is another knight's corpse.
As you say.
We head further down this hallway and turn right into the chapel.
As you say. Very well.
Oh, thank Andraste.
After saving the priest, we can finally head into the main hall. Right after killing these bastards.
Shall be done.
Now you fall.
In the main hall is a massive battle.
Go, man the gate. Keep those bastards out as long as you can. Your ladyship, my lord, you're both alive. I was certain Hal's men had gotten through.
They did get through.
They killed Oriana and Oren. I can't believe. Are you injured?
Don't worry about me, your ladyship. Thank the Maker you two are unharmed. When I realized what was happening, it was all I could do to shut the gates. But they won't keep Hal's men out long. If you've another way out of the castle, use it quickly.
Come with us.
If I do that, you won't make it out before the gates fall. Please, go while you have the chance. When I last saw the Terran, he'd been badly wounded. I urged him not to go, but he was determined to find you. He went towards the kitchen. I believe he thought to find you at the servants' exit in the larder.
Bless you, Sir Gilmore. Make her watch over you.
Make her watch over us all.
Alright, after looting the dead, we should look for our father.
Shall be done.
We hear banging as our few remaining men try desperately to hold the doors. We have no choice but to leave them to their fate. We spot more fighting.
I shall do. As you say.
Inside this door are two scared servants. There's a wooden crate here. Heading down this ramp, there's only a right room.
Shall be done.
Don't give them the advantage.
And we save more servants, I hope. Let's head back, but this time we head up instead of down. We're attacked by this lieutenant and 3 of his lackeys. Heading down this hallway first, we enter another servant's room. Not much, just a sack. Now entering the kitchen, we can use the secret escape tunnels to leave.
There, you both are. I was
Bryce.
wondering when you would get here.
Maker's blood, what's happening? You're bleeding.
Hal's men found me first. Almost did me in right there.
Why is Hal doing this?
He can't get away with this. The king will...
Bryce, We must get you out of here.
I won't survive the standing, I think.
Then we'll defend you.
Once Hal's men break through the gate, they will find us. We must go.
Someone must reach Fergus. Tell him what has happened.
Hal must have plans for him.
Bryce, no. The servants' passage is right here. We can flee together, find you healing magic.
The castle is surrounded. I cannot make it.
I'm afraid the Turn is correct. Hal's men have not yet discovered this exit, but they surround the castle. Getting past will be difficult.
You are Duncan, then? The Grey Warden?
Yes, your ladyship. The Turn and I tried to reach you sooner.
My youngest son helped me get here. Make her be praised.
I am not surprised.
Are you going to help?
Whatever is to be done now, it must be quick. They are coming.
Duncan, you are under no obligation to me.
Yeah, my recording just ran out of space, so I had to play all this all over again. Back to where we were.
Duncan, you are under no obligation to me. But I beg you, take my wife and son to safety.
I will, your lordship, but I fear I must ask for something in return.
Anything.
What is happening here pales in comparison to the evil now loose in this world. I came to your castle seeking a recruit. The Darkspawn threat demands that I leave with one.
I understand.
Are you talking about me?
You fought your way to me through Hal's men. I think the Maker's intention is clear. I will take the Tyrna and your son to Ostagar to tell Fergus and the king what happened. Then, your son joins the Grey Wardens.
So long as justice comes to Hal. I agree.
Then I offer you a place within the Grey Wardens. Fight with us.
What, is Fergus dead?
We will inform the king, and he will punish Hal. I am sorry, but a Grey Warden's duties take precedence even over vengeance.
Hal thinks he'll use the chaos to advance himself. Make him wrong, Pup. See that justice is done. Our family always does our duty first. The Darkspawn must be defeated. You must go. For your own sake and for Ferelden's.
Then I accept.
We must leave quickly then.
Bryce, are you sure?
Our son will not die of Hal's treachery. He will live and make his mark on the world.
Darling, go with Duncan. You have a better chance to escape without me.
Eleanor.
Hush, Bryce. I'll kill every bastard that comes through that door to buy them time. But I won't abandon you.
Don't sacrifice yourself.
My place is with your father. At his side to death and beyond.
I'm so sorry it's come to this, my love.
We had a good life and did all we could. It's up to our children now.
Then go, Pup. Warn your brother. Know that we love you both. You do us proud.
They've broken through the gates. We must go now.
Goodbye, darling.
And that is the human origin story. So what do you guys think? Me personally, it's not my favorite. And that's only due to the fact that we have to play as a human. And when it comes to fantasy games, humans are just boring. Anyways, I've been your host, Michael of Rolling a Devil 20. See you next time when I tackle the final origin story. And that's the mage origin story. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.